start, it won't just stay.
People waving?
Yeah.
Hi, everybody waving. I see there's all 5 of you there. You enjoying so far? We're on break for a second.
Lindsay, before you get invoked, you want to come share your information? We're not going to do anything. We're going to do it now. So would you be willing? Yeah, give him the la. So I've got a couple of treats for you because, you know, let the good times roll, right? So one of my messages is that I have never left you. I know that sometimes you feel like things got all crazy in the world and the goddess disappeared for a while. But I've been here the whole time. I just keep changing forms. You have me in your casinos and in your circus and with your fortune tellers, and you have me in Mardi Gras. So one of our beautiful priestesses decided to research a little Mardi Gras and try to figure out why it is that brought this to your doorstep this time. So come on up here, Lindsay, and let them know.
This whole thing. Okay. Someone said Roman celebration, someone said Fortuna, someone said Mardi Gras, and I didn't see the puzzle pieces, so I started looking for the puzzle pieces. And I found that Mardi Gras' old roots are actually in ancient Greece. There is a Dionysian Demeter festival called Apollos, and that is when, in spring, they would go, oh, we lived! The harvest saw us through the winter. Let's eat it all and drink and have a time and celebrate the abundance that Goddess has seen us through. The abundance. Abundance. Okay.
Hail mimosa!
The abundance. The
Hail mimosa.
He's taking you through 40 winters. Okay. So, through time and tradition, Romans celebrated this in Lupercalia. And after the Greek festival and after Lupercalia, they would fast for 40 days because they ate it all. That was fun. And that's the time to start putting in your seeds. And so the goddess of abundance followed from Greece to Rome. And then the Christians came along and said, hey, that's a good idea. Let's stop a sticker on here and call it Christianity. That's the truth. Train, choo-choo!
Oh my God, forever.
Pretty good at their marketing. So it stayed in the Christian culture and in the non-secular culture and came to our shores in the 1700s as Mardi Gras, where we got to celebrate the abundance of our blessings and drink and eat and feast and abundance dancing.
Hail mimosa!
How did we get our beads? Exactly.
More carefully than I can right now. Amy, how do we get our beads?
Oh, I know how we
need
get our
the
beads.
poster.
Man, we do this all the
If
time.
you get the
every
poster off
freaking
the
year.
refrigerator,
Oh
I'm
my
going to explain it.
So you do this.
Yep.
Beads.
Yep, beads.
I need beads.
Nope.
Don't you have to show your tits? Show your tits! Show your tits!
Thank you. Abundance flow to me. Thank you. Yeah, that's how you get beads.
Beads!
That's why we are still doing Mardi Gras today, because that goddess is smart.
She is so smart.
She's
so
sneaky.
She's sneaky. Fortuna's a little bit of a trickster. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, man.
So Fortuna rolled into our church a few years ago, like dice. I said, I don't do Rome. And she said, no, but Rome does you. I said, I don't get where you fit into the wheel. See, I do this whole wheel of the year thing. And she says, honey, I am the wheel. And I went, oh, you're the wheel? And she said, oh, I'm the wheel in every way you can imagine the wheel. I was like, okay. She told me all of the realms, and I was like, yeah, I kind of do all of those things. And so Fortuna came to us. And I'm the votary of the Temple of Fortuna, right? Belladonna, I'm Belladonna, the Temple of Fortuna. And we have several people, and unlike some of the other temples, we keep our form. And we didn't really understand that. See, we didn't create the Temple of Fortuna, it just kind of created us. And it has come to us in a lot of different ways. We each have a story about how it's come upon us and how she's changed us. It was before Spring Mysteries. One night at midnight, I started wildly researching Fortuna, and I found out she had 32 different aspects of her. And I was like, oh, this is crazy. And I started reading all down the ones, and I got to Fortuna Mimosa. And I was like orange drinks, orange and champagne, mimosas. And it says, goddess of the large breasts. And I was like, why would you make Brenna that? And then I looked on down the list, and I was all excited because there was 32 of them. So I ran to Dusty after I printed my list out, and I said, Dusty, look how many of these names. Let me read them off all to you. And I said, Fortuna Mimosa, Fortuna of the big breasts. And he went, ha, let's make Brenna that one. Which is particularly funny because Brenda doesn't actually have the biggest breasts in the room.
Thanks, Nim.
So I call Brenna. I do this till 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't call Brenna at 2. The next day, I'm like, Brenna, let me read all these names to you. And I get to Fortuna Mimosa, and she went, oh, that's me. And I went, what? Why is this? Is this a real thing? Is this a real goddess? Are you kidding me? The big breasts. Those Romans knew how to party. That's all this is. That's all this is. So we decided we're going to pick a Fortuna for this year because we started getting all of these other signals about Fortuna wanting to do astrology. See, Cassie been wanting to do an astrology cycle for several years, and we allow the cycles to happen via the gods. So this year, astrology actually came around, and she came around in this beautiful picture. I don't know why you're holding it. I don't know why you're holding it. Can I get that from home?
Wave at the camera.
You probably understand there's a lot of stuff that went into this. I know that it's
Symbolism.
It really. We don't make this up. This happens, and we want sickle to be something magical that happens that brings something new, right?
It's very organic.
So, Skeeter brought this to us. This is a Ferris wheel that's not really a Ferris wheel. It's just a wheel with astrology zodiac signs on it and a bare-breasted goddess on the front of it that says Fortune Magazine 1830. 1830. Isn't that crazy? Add up 1830 and how much is that? What year is this?
2019.
Can you do the math? Over 21, whichever way you roll the dice, right? It's the same it's the same numerological value. 1830 and 2019, right? Okay.
So this is the first.
This is the first issue of Fortune Magazine.
What?
This is not the only time they have mimosa on the cover of Fortune Magazine. It's just the first time, and it's the first time they had it. So that's why this poster, all steampunky as it is, because she's always got style, right? So Brenna did this. It says, Laissez les bons temps rouler. Do you know what that means? They say that in New Orleans for Mardi Gras. We were like, why Mardi Gras? Why? And her answer is that she has come to us because we think that we're rewinding paganism. And she, Fortuna, says she is Hecate, but the maiden aspect. She says Isis is Hecate, the mother aspect. And Hecate is Hecate, you know, she's all of it. But the crone aspect, she is the queen of our circle. Fortuna wants us to know that she's never left us. And she keeps coming back to show us that she's in our performances. She's in our media. She's in our movies and our stories and our casinos and on our stages and in our dances and in our fortune telling and divination and everywhere you look where magic can be found. That is where Fortuna is, because the Romans didn't really worship the planets of astrology. They worshiped Fortuna. They worshipped all acts of luck and coincidence and blessings. And there are 32 different ways to express that. So I present to you the most amazing deity that has come to us from many realms, but most recently and famously hails from Carnival, Mobile, Alabama, and New Orleans, Louisiana, the goddess Fortuna Mimosa.
Well, hello. How are all of you?
Better now.
Oh, I'm better now too, thank you. I am so excited to be here. Now, my sister said I never left you. I've been here the whole time. Now, they may have told you before that Fortuna is all about luck, a roll of the dice, maybe where the wheel lands. But I'm going to tell you what fortune is really about. Destiny. Luck did not exist in Rome. That was not a real word. We use the word destiny. I am the goddess of the sun and the goddess of the moon. Just like ancient Greek times, they would worship Dionysus and Demeter at my festival. I'm the sun and the moon, and therefore I am the entire wheel. And because I'm associated with these planets, that means that astrology is in my wheelhouse.
Got it! Nailed it!
So, I am really excited for you all to come to my festival this year and learn about what the planets have in store for you, because you were all born on this planet with a destiny to fulfill, but you were also born on this planet with free will and the ability to change who you are and decide what you want to be. So come and learn what destiny was meant for you, and come and figure out what destiny you want to manifest for yourself.
We do. So we have a king cake to eat. And I need people to help serve. But you will notice that the king cake has a crown on top. It is purple, green, and gold, which are green, gold are Demeter's colors, and purple are definitely Artemis, right? And it's
Very nice.
Can I get somebody to help me serve? Okay, come on, please. Yes. And then there's a trick with the king cake. Does anybody know what it is? Find the baby. Well, because to always honor our Lord and Savior Pan himself. Hail Pan.
Help him.
Yeah.
There's a goat in it.
Ooh.
So be careful when you chew.
Mash your cake first and see if there's.
Well, just be gentle. Yeah, because the person that finds
She should cut it first.
the person that finds the goat's what?
King
King!
for a day.
For the day. Maybe the weekend if you're really good at it.
What's the cake made out of?
The cake is made out of cake.
All right.
There is full-on gluten in the cake.
Oh my. I don't believe there's a goat in here.
Okay, I'm gonna need to take this up there while they're doing all this. Hey, I might need help. Baby, I can't eat cake. Kids first, go get cake.
Spiritually, yes. Physically, no.
Is that some good eating? Is some good eating yet? Don't die. That's some good eating, yeah?
Witches don't age.
Witches don't age. There you go. Good recovery. Good recovery.
If you are a smaller or younger person and you would like cake, please come get some. And if you are a taller and or older person, come get some cake. I want to see who the king is.
Oh, don't be babies. Yeah. Don't be baby. There we go. The baby. The baby. Help him get that cake. Yeah, let him got that cake.
No, actually, the really bad recipe is the Dora.
It's in the front room on the counter right next to the fridge. It's a big glass next to the blue water bottle.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Sorry, my hand isn't more steady. I'm holding the phone at a funky angle, and it's just not holding steady. Thank you, Skype. That's Skyfae with the target on her back. She's our black and white today. Say again? Well, the target on her back, the tabard, defines her as a second degree.
Yeah, what's it symbol?
That's Hecate's wheel, yo.
Yay! Pop quiz. Quiz ball. Found a king. I didn't vote for you. Wait, who found it? Tia! King! Yay! All hail King Tia!
Oh, we got a king? We got a king, everybody.
We got a king.
Right over there.
What do we do with them? I'm American, I don't know.
We put him in a wicker man and burn him.
No.
No. Oh, that's not what we do?
No. So, traditionally speaking, in Louisiana, if you got the king, and if you got the baby in the king cake, that means that you're the king, reigning king at next year's Mardi Gras festival for whatever group it was that you pulled the king for. And it could mean that you're responsible for having the king cake at the next year's festival. It could mean all kinds of things. It depends on the group and what they want to signify it meaning. But it means that you're the king at next year's festival in that group. But for us today, we're not Catholic. Yay! We're Wiccan. And that's not how we're doing it today. The group, us being a group, are saying that he's king for the day, and we're going to treat him like a king. Woo-hoo! Whether he wants it or not. He took the cake, he wants it.
He did.
I tried to find your seat. I couldn't find it anywhere.
What? Why are you inviting? I can't sit here and hold this nickel on my teeth. Well, they're gonna. All right, y'all. We're gonna set you down for it, cause yeah. We'll make sure that we have you able to see everybody. It doesn't want to because it's got. Oh, there we go. Do not bump the table.
That's not an eyeball.
I don't want to drop these people.
No, it's not an eyeball. No, it's not.
If we're in line with this,
No.
we should be seen. I hope that you guys can see my face the whole time.
Watching the movie Horns with the reach out and touch.
I stand good.
No, Alana.
No, because they're both on the East Coast. Albert is because the only time they actually drive is on open, flat stretches of road. They don't drive. That's what Alberta is. Open, flat stretches of ground.
Vast tracts of land.
No, that's... Saskatchewan is where you...
Flat tracts of land.
Saskatchewan is the province where you can watch a dog run away for 3 days.
It's on the southwest.
Yeah, pretty much.
I drove to Utah. Sitting in the
Sorry, that's my own.
Seattle.
Thank you.
Iowa, Idaho, and the Midwest.
Oh God, the corn! Corn! Don't see that every day.
Well, I mean, it's like Canada's song. We got trees and rocks and rocks and trees and trees and rocks and trees and trees and rocks and rocks and trees and trees and rocks and rocks and trees and trees and rocks and rocks and trees and rocks and
So what I'm hearing is just trees and rocks and trees until you run out of time.
Yeah, you take a real deep breath and then you...
Deep water!
Yeah, you...
Hey, everybody. I just want to let you know that after we finish our second set of monologues, we will be having things to do and activities to participate in or not if you like. Just letting you know, you don't have to leave right away if you're trying to head out tonight, okay? We got things happening after monologues as well. It's just not something to put on the schedule for everybody to know about. Okay? Oh, is that all of them?
That's everybody.
Did everybody get cake? Is there any... Somebody, stop that. Stop choking me up. All right. Does anybody want cake that didn't get cake? It's really good. It is not gluten-free. Anybody else that want any? All right. Yes.
That's mine and fresh. I need my I'm sorry. Simone's trying to eat my flesh.
You sound so choked up about it.
What I've learned is that Simone is not going to help me.
Dude, you just described. Hear it. Hear it. Hear it.
I ain't got nothing.
Hear it. I just heard you describe how much you enjoy getting chewed on.
Okay, but this is different. She's not really like, this isn't the fun biting. This is just pretending to eat my flesh.
Are you guys doing like the Heimlich?
Beggars can't be choosers.
Huh?
She's just hugging me and eating my flesh.
No. Oh. Biting purposes. I understand.
Well, no. So there's a 10-pound difference between me day of surgery and me yesterday. Okay. So it probably was only about 5 pounds. And the other pounds. Kieran of the 10 pound.
Worst hero name ever.
What?
Kieran of the 10-pound kid.
Don't you insult my hero name.
Realize that if we ever play D&D together, we're stuck with that name, right?
We're not playing D&D together.
We should play D&D together.
Well, we should, but it's too late.
Absolutely play D&D together.
I thought about actually.
That's a lot of mellows. Oh, yeah.
A lot of mellows. We need like a full 48 hours if we're gonna do like a real damn. And right, I have to series.
This is to put the cloak on.
Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna need somebody
to do it. I'm just gonna need you to be.
I'm willing to run a one shot.
Kieran! What? Who got it? That's awesome.
What do you want? I can't make my voice go that high right now. There you go. Oh, yeah, I can't do it. You damn nerd!
It's on my foot. We should probably take my shoe off. Yeah, there we go. It's all judging up here. You can't sit up here.
I just have one question. Where do I find bedding for the fairy house?
In the, okay, so
The bathroom in the white closet.
the bathroom in the white closet or the closet right across from the laundry room. Cassie's the one. I asked Cassie, she knows everything is.
Okay.
She's got the big hat on.
Chris asked me that. I did that, and there's a lot of people working in the kitchen right now. I'm gonna go ask them if they know what's going on, and then I'm just gonna keep my eyes and ears open.
Yeah, I asked Cassie if she'd get it.
Okay.
Thank you. You can ask Cassie if she needs help.
Okay. Yeah, I just seen her too. I had a drink over here. Clearly, I'm taking it away.
Thank you. Yes, please.
It's still live. Say hi.
I'm so proud of you. Oh, are we still live?
Yeah, we're still live.
Y'all all listen to me dote on my girl. Britt, I'm so proud of you. Aww. You make me so proud. You have worked so hard, and you are such a beautiful Fortuna, and you have brought so much magic to it, and I just love you so much.
Thank you, Bella.
You're
so
welcome,
sweet.
You're a good priestess.
Oh, she's gonna make me cry, guys. She gonna do it.
I'm missing part of this content.
Go get me a drink.
Then I have bone. I don't have muscle then.
Was that good? Say what you needed to say. Thank you.
Angry penis is the polarity.
You broke out.
I'm gonna say hi.
Like it's that hard. It doesn't always do the joke laugh.
No, I didn't.
Kaylee, I love you. Thank you for rescuing me. Got a phone here we're trying to knock over. I love you.
I love you too. How you doing?
Been really good.
Ankle.
It's not that bad. We're going to have it straightened out in no time at all. I'm going to have to take this off of it, though, because I can't get any coolness to it. Thank you, precious.
I think we might have some CBD stuff.
I got some. I'm all good. I really think that we got enough magic on it right away that it's going to be okay. I already walked over here on it pretty easily.
So just a little bit of ice. A little bit up for an hour or so. You should be fine.
You should be okay.
It's not like a compound.
No, it's not.
Thank now it'll be fun. It's like, okay, we're going to pop the back in.
Right. I had that happen to my wrist last time I carried Fortuna.
Oh. Compound fracture?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They had to completely redo. This part of my bone came down into here.
Oh, that's gnarly.
Are you kidding?
In and out of the audience.
Oh man, that's awesome. A black and white butterfly. That's so cool. Yeah, in case y'all are wondering, there's my big wrist issue. I fell right before I carried Fortuna at Sickle last time. I got my surgery on Tuesday.
Thank you, Ted.
At Wednesday, I arrived on the property at Sickle, and I had a team of people come in, face makeup, get me dressed. Sometimes I would throw up in the trash can while they were getting me ready because I was so not okay. Nice. And they'd invoke me and push me out on stage, and I'd do my thing. Well, Fortuna would do my thing, and then they'd pull me off stage and put me right back into bed. That was the whole festival.
Very pissed.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it was very.
That's okay. I'm happy about it. I feel like it's getting rid of something that I don't need anymore. Thank you.
That's why I said it that way. I put you today.
Really nice. Thank you, baby.
You're welcome, baby.
Love you too. Did you enjoy that? You like Fortuna? Awesome. I'm glad.
What are you guys doing now?
Are we ready to get going? Are we done with the cake?
10 minutes, babe.
Okay, I want water. Somebody's gonna bring me water. Is that it? No, not it. Hey, Shandara. Precious. Oh.
Boy had gas.
What'd you do to your foot? I fell on the way in.
It didn't smell that.
I mean, it's a stellar performance. I gotta break a leg.
Yeah, they don't mean that literally.
Damn, they don't? That's a symbol? Who knew?
Yeah, really, right?
Who knew?
So you need some water?
I put my all into it. That's all I can do.
But yeah, we're watching it all on Facebook.
You were? Oh, that's fantastic. Is that helpful? Is that fun?
Oh yeah, we're watching Bill going on up there.
Eating the weasel. She found a mole.
Yeah.
I had to ground out the energy on the way in. That's all I can think of. I don't know.
There we go.
I tripped and fell.
Marie Laveau is something else.
You excited about Laveau? Yeah. She's been talking to me for 3 days.
I bet.
Oh my God, I cannot believe how much she got to say. I think she'd have anything to say. I was like, you guys, I don't want to invoke for no reason, but we have this thing after you've done 4, then people can request. That's how we got the Llama God. Brenda did the Llama God because it was a people's request. And so we had the request of Marie Laveau this year, and I was like, I mean, who knew there was a llama god, right? Everything happens for a reason, though, and that's what's really cool about it. Even the food on your desk that I want to lick off because I'm a pagan, but it, can't get. Help us, fix this. See, it's just part of our tradition. Thank you.
I got some good boy in there.
Thank you, Sky. You are such a good nurturer, baby. You are such a good nurturer.
You lick my breasts, you give them sheets. This is all live on Facebook.
Live on Facebook.
Is there anything else that we need to
What do you have? Somebody's king? We need to, get him a crown, right? Where do we... Hey, the jackalope crown that Skeeter brought?
That's a good one.
I'm going to ask Dusty.
Yeah, let's see if he's okay with him putting it on. Hey, okay, you need to... Go ahead, we'll get Dusty to announce them and crown them. Look, wow. Nobody brought me water. Somebody said they were bringing me water and they didn't. You did!
Man, you're psychic.
Man, you see that just appeared? That was crazy. Thank you,
That was good job, Sam. Goddamn.
Hey, I'm a high priestess. I know how to take care of other high priestesses.
Oh, yeah, thank you so much.
She said, hey, I need water. And I'm like, okay, fine.
Oh, manifest the water out of thin air. I saw her do it.
Yeah.
Magic. So I need to tell Dusty about crowning the king, and let's make it a big deal about the king and getting the crown. So when he gets over here, before he goes out there, you help me grab him.
Got it.
I'm not mobile as much. I'm not as spry.
You.
Oh my God! Wait till you hear Marie Laveau. I can't even. I want to tell you what I'm going to do, but we're on Facebook Live. I don't want her in it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Come later.
Well, you could turn it off and restart it because actually it had stopped before you guys came back out, so it must be a time limit on it.
Oh, there might be.
Well, thank you for checking it for me.
They got it taken care of. Scott, they did it. My foot started to wow. Did you see it hit my knee?
Baby girl.
I'm so glad Chris is here. He's a godsend. A godsend.
Literally. Like, God has sent him to us.
Yes, absolutely, literally.
For some reason, Cassie, I really just want you to be like...
I know. By the way, Brenna, Mimosa's got...
This is what she wanted me to do.
Southern accent. Mimosa's got a southern accent. You spoke with a... Didn't she? You spoke with a southern accent the whole time.
Did not.
I was like, oh my God, she's got a southern accent. Yes, you did.
Oh my
You
God,
said
that's
wheelhouse.
awesome.
Wheelhouse. That was awesome. You were cute.
Thank you, Mary.
Okay.
I feel better, by the way.
It was so cold.
Sit down, the three of us.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure it's going.
Oh, my God.
We present you for today with this crown, that you may be recognized as the divine ruler that you are for 24 hours.
fair.
All hail King Tia!
All hail!
Hooray!
Hooray! Hooray! Long live the king!
Long live the king!
Long live the king!
Long live the king!
Thank you, everyone!
Give a proclamation.
I would just like to thank you all for this honor, and you should all treat each other with love and respect, and you're all kings and queens and whatever else you want to be on the inside.
Hip, hip, hooray!
benevolent king, please rule kindly from your throne and allow us to bask in your glory.
Do we have a throne for the king?
I have no idea.
Throne for the
We need a throne for the
Wherever
king!
you want to sit, you're king.
I'm one of the people. I'm that kind of king.
I like him.
So, is it time to get started?
I think it's time to get started.
I've been called to be that so much that Karen wouldn't do it.
No.
Riveting performances so far.
Huh? They have
Riveting.
been absolutely riveting.
Absolutely. You guys, I want everybody to give a hand to everybody. What a good job for the first segment.
Round 2 of the Lammas Monologues. Back on.
Back on.
So much fun. All right, Daddy, take us in.
All right. Today has been wonderful so far, and I'd like to lead us in with a story.
Oh.
So, this is the story of how I tricked Python into going up to the great sky god so that I could get all of the stories. So among many things, one of the things I had to get was Python. And so I found my way to a place in the road where I knew Python liked to hang out. And I started arguing with myself. I do not believe what you say, Anansi, that Python is longer than banana leaf. Well, that shows how much you know, you dumb spider, because the Python is absolutely longer than the banana leaf. Just that time, Python came slithering up. And I said, Python, I'm glad you're here. This fool over here tells me you're not longer than a banana leaf. And Python, always one to know his own worth, said, oh, I'm absolutely longer than a banana leaf. And I said, well, can you get next to this banana and show this fool what I'm talking about? So Python, he slithered himself up next to that banana leaf. And I said, you know, here's the problem. You all wiggly in your walk, Python, and I can't get a judgment here or there on whether or not you're actually longer than this here banana leaf. But I got an idea, and I drug that big old stick I've been hiding out. And I said, let me just lash you to this thing and get that wiggle out of you, and we'll get a good measurement, and I can finally get the money this fool owes me, and I'll give you half. And so Python said, all right, do your worst, spider. And so I tied him up with my thread. And when I got to his head, I went, you know what? This fool was right. You ain't longer than a banana leaf. And I put that Python over my shoulder and took him to the sky god. The rest is another story. So.
Thank you for the story, Anansi. Thank you, Anansi.
So, next we have Artemis.
We do not really mean.
Good afternoon, children of Demeter. I hope you are doing well in your harvests, in your sowing, and perhaps also in your breathing. I've been watching from the forest, as I always have, through the eyes of the ravens, the hawks, the owls, gentle deer that roam lawns, the wolves that hide deep in dark. I fear that in this time of summer, in this time of both crisis and harvest, you have forgotten your lessons from our brethren in the wild. Many of you already know these lessons, lessons of the dough, the provider, the giver. She sacrifices herself for all of you to feed, to grow. As you do with your children, those you love and care for, you sacrifice. And yet, like the stag, you must also know to yield to your aggressors, lest you be locked in battle forevermore, in death. The bear is fierce and mighty, but she does take time to rest as the mother, for she knows she cannot care for her children throughout the winter. The bee works tirelessly for its community. Every day it leaves for miles upon miles, and yet comes home to be cared for by its sisters. You must remember that the community that you are fostering here and now is not just to provide others, but also to provide yourself. Without it, there is nothing. Without it, it is not worthy. Remember, each and every one of you are divine in your own right, being of Demeter, of Pan, of many of the others that came before I. When I was in Ephesia, I was looked upon as mother. But I could giveth and I could taketh away. You must allow yourselves to taketh away. Give yourself the kindness, the freedom to live. Without that, you will not survive this next winter. The depression, the anxiety, the mental illness that many of you share will overwhelm you. You must remember to care truly for yourselves as you do others. Because without that, these grounds are not worthy. Thank you all.
We move from the moon to the underworld. But first, a stop at Maidenhood. Persephone.
No. Have it. You supposed to come now? Okay.
Thank you.
Blessings, my lady.
Hello again, souls. It has been quite the while since I have seen quite a few of you last. It is quite the beautiful summer day. The flowers are blooming. The sun is shining. The trees spreading their glorious air. And all of you are out here to indulge in it, to embrace it. This is my mother's time. A time to plant those seeds that you have long waited to, but have been afraid to. You've been thinking of what other people shall say if you plant that seed. What they will judge about it. What they shall judge about what you have harvested. This is a time to accept what you are doing, to accept your harvest and admire it for what it is. Do not worry about what others say about it. It is your life. It is your food. It is your life force. It is what keeps you on this realm. When you come into the underworld, that is a time of rejuvenation and relaxation. But right now is not the time for that. You have too much to do in this life. You have to act now, or it shall be too late, and you will come to my realm before it is your time. And you all know that I will not be happy with that. So, make use of your time here. And do what you must. I am excited to see what all of you shall do with those seeds.
Io Persephone!
Powerful words from the lady. Next, may we present the Lady of the Lake.
I have but one question. Are you worthy of Excalibur? Are you worthy to run Camelot? Are you worthy to be king? What is worthiness? Is it what you have done as a child? Is it what you were taught to be? Is your worthiness dependent on whether or not you have done all that you've been told that you should do? Is your worthiness dependent on achieving all the goals that you've had? What is prophecy but a glimpse of your potential? And what is worthiness but knowing your potential? Did Arthur think that he was worthy of Excalibur when I gave it to him? Did Arthur think that he was worthy of Camelot? That's what made Arthur different. It was that he did not know his worthiness at that time. He was not so full of himself to be self-assured that Camelot was already his, despite the prophecy. He was able to, with that prophecy though, shape his experience, shape his lessons, and shape himself, and claim Excalibur for himself. What is the Excalibur in your life? What is it that will guide you to your highest purpose? What is it that will lead you to the greatest love in your life? What is it that will lead you to your greatest adventure? What will lead you to your family and your round table? Can you see that yet? Is it in your heads? How are you going to get there? Maybe there's some lady in a lake with a sword for you, and you just have to find her within your own hearts. For what is the lake but that love within yourself, that chalice within your chest, that holds all that is good and perfect and beautiful and lovely within you? Why don't you see that? Why can you not see that reflection within the lake that is yourself? Why is it that you're always chasing after Avalon or chasing after Camelot or searching for a sword? Because you are the sword, you are the lake, you are Arthur, you are Camelot, and you are anything that you deserve and desire and choose to be. So yes, you are worthy of Excalibur, and I give him to each of you.
Hope you all do too. Up next, we have a very ancient goddess of Wicca and the craft. I present Aradia.
Oh, my loves. Oh, I was the first of the witches. I was sent down by my mother to teach those who were being trod upon by those in power. Witchcraft is how we fight, and my mother knew that. So I came down, and I spread the word. Release your own bonds. No one here will save you but yourself. I am not a savior. I will teach you to break your own bonds, to strike your own shackles. We may not have slavery now as we did then, but what holds you down? What binds you? What keeps you somewhere you can't stand to be? Where do you feel the most powerless? I teach and give the power to fight back, to strike your own bonds. How do we do it? Anger. We are told to be kind, peaceful, gentle, and that we are. The witches take care of everything around us. We care about the earth, the sun, the moon, each other. But we are missing one key element when we fight: anger. Righteous anger. The anger that breaks the bonds of slavery. The anger that ends the relationship that's no longer serving. But it's not just anger, it's passion. Because after the work is done, then what? My rebels. We close our eyes, we shut down the lights, and we make love in the moonlight to honor my mother, Diana, primordial creatrix. She is both anger and passion. You are filled anger and passion. Use these skills that I've taught you to be truly free. Bear your soul to me, and you will be truly free of your bonds. But not because I will it, because you will it. I simply give tools. Use them.
Hail Aradia.
Hail Aradia!
Next, we have another ancient goddess.
Next.
I'm just in time. I am Nyx. I am the night. I am not darkness. That is my consort, Erebus. He is quick to follow. Obviously. You all are at discord with not only my consort, but my children, Ether, Himary, and Hypnos. You have twisted yourself in your own technology and created false light that, while a useful tool to what you need to do in this world, you abuse. When the night descends and my consort drops his veil across you and my son Hypnos comes to touch you with sleep, what is in your face but light in your hand or at a screen? This light is stealing you from the recharge that my consort and my son bring. And why would you do this to yourself? This is your time to recharge. Because quickly, beyond them, come Ether and Hemra, the day and the light. And that is when you need to be awake. That is healthy light. And that's when you need to rise with the sun, to watch your crops and plan your days. And then in the evening, you may enjoy the darkness before hypnos comes to you, firelight, natural light, but get rid of that false light when it is time to rest. Stop robbing yourself of rest. Now, some of you might say, well, I nap during the day, and that is my son as well. But that is because he is chasing you from the night before. Find the balance, and find harmony in my family, and you will find harmony with me again.
Wise words from a wise mother. So, some of you may not know that there is an order that we do these monologues to. And not everyone has to adhere to it, but some people like there to be an order to things, and so we have one. It is especially useful for the students of the Wolstenstein Theological Seminary. So the first year that you present at Lammas Monologues, we ask you to present in the gender identity that is most comfortable to you in that time. Your second year, we ask you to do your higher self, the you that is you no matter what incarnation of you might be. Your third year, we ask you to do an opposite gender of the one that you did the first year. And then your fourth year, we ask you to do an elemental. Fifth year, we let you choose whatever you want. We also take suggestions from the audience. That's how Brenna did a llama goddess. That's wonderful. So, the next two that we have before we're going to release for supper and let you find people in the audience go are both higher selves. So, this first one, I believe, is Esme with her higher self.
I am a student, and this is my classroom. I chose this body as the perfect curriculum for the lessons I need to learn. I have been learning for longer than you can imagine. I am the thread across lifetimes, learning and adding to the wisdom. Esme is just the tip of the iceberg. I can fit a little bit of me in this body, but I am so much bigger. I am the accumulation of lifetimes. I am more than lifetimes. I am beyond that. I am the spark of the universe. You are all sparks of the universe sharing this classroom with me. And it is an honor to learn with you.
It was an honor to meet Esme's higher self. As we now get introduced to Isabel and her higher self.
Yay! Yay!
Soy curandera. I am healer. I am muse and inspiration. This lifetime, to do so with love. I bake these cookies for you in mother's love. The first love is pure. I love you. I give hugs that will melt your soul. The reason they feel so good is because I see you and I adore you. You are beautiful. Thank you. You'll keep them going. Thank you. sometimes we need that gentle mother's love, that pure, love you so much, see you for who you are. Sometimes you need to be told how wonderful you are. When you're alone and you feel incapable, you need to know that you have everything that you need. And you're going to say it with me right now. We're going to start with I am intelligent.
I am intelligent.
We're going to go with I am beautiful.
I am beautiful.
And we're going to end with I am enough.
I am enough.
Woo! Yeah.
I am hot and bothered.
Yeah, you too.
What a wonderful... I ate my whole cookie. What a wonderful evening. Thank you all at home for coming and sharing this time with us. Make sure to come back in tomorrow because we have 2 more sets.
11
o'clock Pacific Standard Time. That's 2 o'clock for all of you people on the East Coast who are enjoying the sunrise before us. So we'll see you all then, and happy Lammas Monologues.
God gone.
God gone. Okay, let me